Bipartisan sales and world in the context of multilingual effectiveness. Bipartisanship. In the highly polarized world of medley and remix, there is an importance given to the grasp of the bleak and sharp contrasting analogies that are thrown at will by partisans and proliferators alike. By meaning well what ought to have an effect in contrasting opinions, en masse translates figuratively event ripples and directives on the basis of bipartisanship and the combinations of characteristics like gender, taste, bias, and gestures. Effectiveness of communication is the key behind the success of any accomplished personality. Translation of covert expressions is meaningful and at acceptable levels inspire preposterous outlook that looks for forward-looking statements and future successes. Success in bipartisan levels is not always convincing other parties and winning situations, but is meant for a group to work through its corollaries and artifacts, articulating differences in opinions clearly so that they remain distinct and contrasting. Multicultural crowd offices. Multicultural crowd offices survive for decades not because of absence in cultural melting pots, but because of absence of pretense in the value system, not costing the group balances of power and prestige, helping the group go a long way in oblique oneness. Effectiveness in language certainly carries this hope forward, where the whole world understands and speaks the language of the unique business etiquettes and well intentioned mannerisms. Concept selling. Marketing technique for concept selling is a well developed idea about anything that mandates the setting of directions, evolving, changing landscape in a sea of sales motivation where the probability of predictions help in carrying forward the vagueness in an idea and the clarity in thoughts. The same holds true in the tougher markets of today, where a central theme is worked upon in a premises, gradually driving it to the house of big brands. What sells is not what remains. The idea remains forever and stays remaining fresh in the warmer concepts of a sales plot, despite scattering more discontent and confusion whenever the sales materializes for the average consumer. Selling in that way is not always in matters of commodities, but on a future day speculation that may not draw the basics of feeble conclusions and decisions that may follow from the present day market conditions. When it is finally done, the concept remains fresh as an inspiration to be forgotten, so long as the tangible benefits lie in the hands of the consumer by conveying the feeling of imposed ownership of the most precious commodity in the market so far.